The seminar today moved from San Roque to the University of Gibraltar and included an address by Spanish international academic and lawyer Dr. Antonio Remiro Brotons. He took those present on an interesting historical journey of the different phases of Anglo Spanish relations. Dr. Brotons said the most important ingredient lacking for progress was trust, with this having to be gained through collaboration and the recognition of things we have in common. Peter Montegriffo spoke next.
I've tried today to talk about two main things, and remember I had to talk about la convivencia, neighbourly relations, but there are two things I wanted to focus on. Firstly, the difficult history we've had on cooperation, that it's been a couple of steps forward and then steps backward, so there's that lack of trust that has emerged, rightly so, and therefore cooperation has never been allowed to work as it should have worked. That's the first thing, the history of cooperation. But secondly, now we have Brexit, and Brexit is a very real event, not just for the UK and for Gibraltar, but for the whole of Europe and with that Spain. Our cooperation in the past, to some extent, has been within, of course, a European Union framework. Outside that framework, we are now going to be put to the test. By we, I mean Spain, UK, Gibraltar. All of us are going to be put to the test. Are we going to comport ourselves as democrats in the 21st century, which I'm sure Britain and Gibraltar will, or are we going to be the subject of state blackmail in the sort of language that we're hearing from Madrid? I think that is a critical issue. There are very big questions at hand. The security and prosperity of the zone and of Europe is involved in all this process, and some very careful thinking is required. I made a call at the end of the speech for Senor Margallo and Senor Landaluse to think carefully, to reflect carefully about the politics they want to bring to this matter, because this is not a time for posturing, not a time for headlines. This is a time for real serious reflection and sensible, mature responses.
Peter Montegriffo said Brexit brought change and change brought uncertainty. But he also envisages opportunities. However, he feels a solution is not easy.
I am of the view that there is no formula today, all right, or in the near future that can satisfy London, Madrid and Gibraltar. Our positions are too far apart, there is too much lack of trust. So even though academically you could try to come up with something clever, I really do believe that politically it is inconceivable that there should be any sort of arrangement of that type. And therefore, the Brexit moment is not a moment in which these issues should be raised, because it's only designed to be raised as a form of pressure on Gibraltar. It's not raised to be helpful to Gibraltar or to the Campo or to the resolution of this matter. It's raised because it is perceived that we're under pressure, and therefore because we might be under pressure, we might be more susceptible. That is not the way to go about these things. If Madrid had a genuine and has a genuine attempt at some stage to make an offer to Gibraltar, it must first build the confidence, it must build the track record, and unfortunately they're very far away of having done any of those.
Today's session was opened by the University Chancellor Daniela Tilbury.
Well, I've welcomed delegates to the University of Gibraltar. For most of them, it's the very first time that they have stepped into our new institution. So I said a few words to present them to our portfolio, and also to say they're very welcome to engage in the higher education dialogues that surround the Brexit, the cross-frontier discussions, and the lines that cross between the legal and the political that need further analysis as they are absorbing all these facts and listening to various perspectives about these very important issues.
How important for the University of Gibraltar to have this sort of collaboration with the Universidad de Cadiz?
It's one of many collaborations that we have with universities in Spain. We are allied as well with the University of Granada. We're hoping to be signing up an MOU with the University of Seville. And certainly we're very close to the University Autónoma of Madrid, with Professor Javier Benayo sitting in our academic board. So our relationships with Spanish universities is an important part of our future perspectives with regards to higher education. It would be senseless not to engage given our proximity and the history of higher education in Spain.
The seminar ended with an address by San Roque Mayor Juan Carlos Ruiz Boix.